Aw man, I am feeling sort of emotionally sad today. What a shame.
Hey there, Click. I am the emotional support demon, and I am here to support your emotions.
Oh wow, emotional support demon, it's so nice that you're here to support my emotions.
I know, right?
The only thing I'm still sad about is the fact that no one else has an emotional support demon to support their emotions.
Oh, well, you see, Click, that's the amazing part. At the 9th of December, everyone will be able to get one of me for themselves. Isn't that just freaking amazing?
Wow, that is so cool, absolutely amazing. Everyone remember to check out the makeshift page for the emotional support team, and it goes live on the 9th of December. Yes, indeed. Be sure not to miss it, otherwise I will buy all of them myself. This is a threat. There we go, that's how you promote a plushie. Well, good evening, laddies, lasses, and lazos. Welcome to the Click. You smell astounding today. Oh, yes, indubitably. So today, I figured we would do something amazing, something we haven't done in a while, and that is dig through r/InsaneParents. It's always some satisfying stories when we come together and feel that we are not the insane ones, which is very easy when you're sitting isolated dealing with weird people. Enjoy. Mwah. So here's a picture of a little child that fell asleep with a kitty in a couch. That is so cute. This is how these two sleep. Why is she out of school? She's not. That was last night, lol. My lights are just bright. Oh. But it's funny, she sleeps with her all night. Hopefully in a bed. Usually, lol. She keeps sneaking out and getting in the recliner. I don't know why.
You need to get control of these kids. Bat their butt and stop letting them control the household. Beat, not bat.
That's not better. That clarification is not better. Oh my god, they fell asleep in a couch with a kitty. That's not a beatable offense. Nothing is, by the way. Jesus Christ. 'Cause she sleeps in a chair sometimes? No, I cover up and let her sleep.
She has controlled your household since she was born.
You forget that she's the one with the sleep issues. She's been going to sleep without meds, finally.
So, she gets to say where she sleeps?
I can't pick her up and Blorb has to go to bed at 8:30. As long as she is getting sleep, I don't really care where in the house that is. So this is apparently the grandma of that small child going all bananas about the child falling asleep in a couch or something instead of the bed. The crimes. Wow, this is nuts. Beat your child for sleeping in a chair. What in the actual heck? My 5-year-old sometimes likes to sleep on the floor because it is covered by a fluffy rug. I just let her sleep as well. Only little ones. Good parenting, OP. Indeed, I remember when I was a small kid, we used to have like camping stuff when, you get chairs and, freaking bed sheets and stuff, and you make like a cozy tent and you have a couple of soft pillows that you lay on. Super cute stuff. Encourage that thing, so you're only a child and only adventure with these kind of things once in your life. You'll be a grown-up for the rest of your life. Take your time being a kid. It really is worth it. It's magical. I talk about being an adult while having this little buddy. Do not shame me. Oh my god, being an adult only means being responsible. You can still be childish. Mother.
Please take the time to listen. I love you and I hope you have a good day. Pollster says Gen Z voters crashed the red wave for Republicans and he predicted it a week before the election. I blame you.
Did you just send me an article from The Blaze? The Blaze is garbage, Mom. And all I read was if people wouldn't have voted, it would be this way.
It's not garbage, it's legit, and kids your age ruined the red wave.
Wait, is the argument really that something, if nobody voted for the other side, this side would have won? Yeah, I think that's true in like every instance. At least as long as you assume it's a democracy. Oh my god, what a deep analysis, holy po.
She has no reason to struggle. She's just mad we took her phone. Say one more thing and I'll take yours too when you get back.
You screamed at her, told her that she's ruining your life and called her names, and yet you think she has no reason? Do whatever the frick you want, because I am not coming home tonight, that's BS. Call the police, do whatever. This same behavior is the reason you had social workers investigating you during my first attempt. Frick you.
Don't you threaten me, Blorp. You had no reason to struggle either. You're both so frickin' dramatic.
I mean, benefit of the doubt for a sec, yeah, teenagers can be dramatic with all those hormones flying through your body, and you're like in that awkward middle ground between being a child and an adult. But, reading into this conversation a little bit, one thing that strikes odd to me is that nothing has to be physically wrong for someone to mentally struggle, especially if you're in a household where you have these kind of aggressions back and forth. If your literal safest place in your life, which is supposed to be your home, that's where you're supposed to be super relaxed, that's where you spend time if you're sick, or if you're sad, or if you need support from your family, if that has a constant level of stress and agitators, yeah, that can cause quite a lot of instability for you in life. I think that's perfectly fair. So this kind of thing, you have no reason to struggle. Yeah, maybe like read back what you sent before making those statement. Kinda cringe, bro.
It's me, Santa Man, and I'm here with the greatest gift of all, Raycons.
Raycon's wireless earbuds, headphones, and speakers offer premium sound, useful features, an almost custom comfortable fit, and up to 54 hours of battery life. Everyone you gift them will find a use for them right away, whether to use the speakers to start a party in the living room or escape the party completely and use the earbuds for some much-needed Zen meditation. And for the next month, Raycon will have a countdown to Christmas with a new pop-up flash deal for you to take advantage of every single day. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/to-click to get 15% off site-wide with code HOLIDAY. There will also be a new pop-up deal every day during Raycon's countdown to Christmas. Thank you so much, Raycon, for sponsoring this video, and now, back to the memes. Mwah. Mom.
Dad is mad. Pick up. Huge trouble. I guess you don't care about having a relationship with us. Dad said he was trying you too. Grow up. Oh, and for good luxury, getting an apartment without us.
Oh, I think it's supposed to say luck. Luxury. Nice.
Car is coming back. I am flying out. It's our car and I will report it stolen. Just watch me. Meet. You will be arrested.
Little does she know, I am a co-signer on the car payments. You stole my car. What car? The one we bought for you. My parents stole an electric toothbrush they got for me. Talk about petty. That's such a weird thing. I don't know where I've heard about it, but it's that kind of thing where you get back on someone. It's like, oh, I gave you this gift. Now I'm stealing it back because I no longer like you. That's not how gifting works. You relinquish any kind of claim to said item when you give it as a gift. That's the meaning of giving away a gift. This is so weird.
Hello, police. I gave someone a gift, but I changed my mind, so now I want it back, and they are illegal for keeping a gift I gave them. Yes, indeed. Yes, that's right. That's the case I seriously want to submit to you as a functioning adult for some reason.
I just had a new baby and my mom has a mental breakdown because I asked her to wash her hands. She sat in my bathroom for 3 hours crying. Okay, I've made everyone wash their hands before they hold her. I'm just trying to keep her safe.
I understand. Seems like you could have people wear masks too.
I almost have because of how serious our SV has been here. She is also really sick with jaundice and is still getting over it. I am trying to protect her little immune system.
I wasn't planning on putting my hands in her mouth.
I just want everyone to wash their hands before holding her. It shouldn't be that big of an ask. Alright, well, I guess I'm off to bed. What is this thing? Like, this is stuff you did way before COVID as well. I don't know why washing your hands is like suddenly a polarizing issue. That was something that we were taught as children, you know, like 20, 30 years ago when we came home from school. Like, oh, wash your hands before running around the house or eating stuff. You know, it's just common hygiene and surprisingly often it keeps you healthy. It's just such basic things that removes like 80% of infection risks. It's amazing, but it's so simple, and for some reason, people are just like all up in arms about it now, because apparently washing your hands is controversial. We have nothing better to worry about. Yippity-hoopity. Just some of the 17 PayPal requests after going NC with her and blocking her and everything else. You received $25 from...
It breaks my heart you want me to celebrate your 25th birthday with you, and that you won't be able to comfort me and your dad on my 30th wedding anniversary.
The request for $0.01 is cancelled.
I don't want to lose you, but you need to lose your crappy attitude and vindictiveness. Get some therapy because what you're doing is really obnoxious. You're not the only one to just believe that not fall for the scam anyone is you're probably not wise with the therapy says.
Request for 001 is cancelled.
I wish I never gave you that $25. I hope you have a crappy birthday because you can't celebrate it with your family. Thanks for being such an ungrateful daughter.
You know, there is this philosophical concept that is called fish love. And it means that, you know, if a man goes out into the woods and they're like, oh gee, I love this fish, but you know, you only love the fish because it's gonna feed you and it's tasty. You don't actually love the fish because you want what's best for the fish in itself. And that is fish love. You know, you love it for what it can give to you, but you don't give a crap about the other entity in the question. This feels very much like fish love. If you genuinely loved this person and you genuinely want what's best for them, you would be happy if they had a great birthday with or without you. You missing out can be a bummer for you, but you can still be happy for someone you genuinely wish the best for. This ain't it. Am I the only one who's desperate to know what scam the mom fell for? A ton of different ones. Usually they message her on Facebook promising her X amount of money, but she has to pay Y amount first. Oh yeah, the typical Nigerian scammer thing. Oh, actually, we also need this fee and that fee, and she pays them. They will let her buy gift cards and she does it and sends them photos of the code. She's done vanilla Visa gift card, Amazon, eBay. She's giving them her bank account username and password, her social security number, photos of her ID, Zelle account, PayPal account, everything under the sun. They've gotten control of her Facebook account 3 times now, and she just keeps doing it because she expects them to send her money, and they never do for the past year. I think everyone falls for scams at least once. I have done so too in the past. I distinctly remember one time when I was buying Pokemon cards because I enjoy collecting them very casually. I'm not like a big collector of them, but from now and then. And this was like 10 years ago before it became so incredibly mainstream that it is now. And I found this eBay page that was selling exactly what I was looking for, but part of a bigger package. So I talked to the seller. They were like, oh yeah, I can break it up and you can only pay for this thing. So I paid for it. They never sent it. And when I looked into it, turns out that they had tricked me into using a payment method that wasn't like consumer protected, so nobody cared. It was like so frustrating. But that was an obvious scam that I never fell for ever again, but it happens, especially when you're not completely aware of how a system works. But this kind of stuff seems to be like, you know, you've been a sucker 5 times before. Maybe it's time to stop, you know? This Nigerian prince is not gonna send you money, come on now.
I am scared for my 23-year-old son. He's traveling to Vegas alone. We have advised him not to, but he's an adult.
Yeah, that's what adults do.
Anyone know anyone in Vegas in case of an emergency? Or anyone there this weekend? Also, any advice on scary parts to stay away from? I am scared mama, and any advice prayers for safety over him would be amazing.
Nothing says like, oh my god, good child welfare like Facebook prayers. Oh god, I can barely wait.
And yes, we would go with him, but do not have the finances to go.
Yeah, that's... Jesus Christ, your child is actually no longer a child and is just being an adult and doing what adult people do. Gee, let them grow up perhaps.
If the moon is 250,000 miles out in the darkest of space, how is it possible for there to be blue sky behind it?
I've never thought about that, to be honest.
It's a conundrum, or we should question the narrative more. I'm so sorry for your public education. Mine wasn't great either. Neither was your dad's. Homeschooling wasn't really a thing, though, at least as I remember.
Oh, yeah, because homeschooling would have fixed this. Oh, no. This looks like the kind of mom that says you shouldn't believe everything you see on the internet. You know, like Facebook memes about the moon. Science. All right, let's bring it in, shall we? Oh, yes, indeed. You know, public school might be crap, but at least we have Click Academy, isn't that right, Demon Boy? Oh, yes, indubitably. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Click Academy. I'm Professor Click, name unrelated. I totally don't own this company. So how does light actually work? If you have the moon here, and we're standing down here as a little Poe, and here is the sun. It's a scale 1 to 1, don't worry about it. You are as big as the sun because you glow so fine. Light is actually particles, so you only see something if there's something for the light to bounce off of. Light that goes this way, you know, it doesn't bounce off of anything, so it just keeps going. Light is only the photons captured by your eyeball. And the blueness in front of the moon is probably because there's an atmosphere right here. So, you know, you will see the atmosphere, but it's also kind of transparent. So here you will see the moon through the atmosphere. And then also this side will be dark because there's no light coming of this that's reflecting back that is big enough for you to register. There we go. Absolutely beautiful. I hope we learned something today and I can mark this video as educational. Throwback to when my mom found out I wasn't vegetarian anymore. Lol, I was vegan 5 years prior.
Are you eating meat?
Chicken sometimes.
Why?
Because I wanted to. I don't know. Lol.
I think that you need to rethink that decision. It is so unhealthy for our bodies, and it's gross, and it's murder, and you know it is. If you want to be so spiritual and such, I don't see how eating a life is a good choice, and you know this. You know how many vegan options there are out there? There's no need for you to eat an animal.
Okay. I'm not a vegan because I like animals, I just think plants deserve to die. MIL against letting us get milk for her grandchild. We live with her and she sets schedules for us to use the kitchen. How tiny is the kitchen? That seems a little bit overly aggressive. Blorp is on her way home and needs to get into the kitchen for some milk if that's okay.
The times are on there for a reason. This is starting to become a problem. This is the last time I will say okay.
She was double checking because you're not at work and she wasn't home. But okay, thanks.
She needs to plan better.
I will let her know. Wait a second. Wait. Hold on. So nobody is even home. There is nobody conflicting with the kitchen schedule at this point. There's only one person in the household. and yet they're not allowed to go to the kitchen because of some made-up schedule. That doesn't sound particularly pragmatic. This just sounds like control issues. Oh no. Haven't heard from my parents since June. Got this random email from my mom. Not sure what to do. More context in the comments.
Hi! Hope you and your dog are doing well. Just had a quick question with your birthday coming up. Would you like to bring you a little something and leave? It on the front porch?
Oh, that's a really awkward line break.
It would be in the evening, of course, and I would let you know the day I bring it in advance. Let me know either way.
Explanation. So I haven't seen my parents in person in 2 years. There was a huge blow up over how my religious political views don't match up with theirs. It is a long story. They harassed me for a month straight through text and phone calls after that fight, before I changed my number. At one point, my dad called me to scream at me, telling me he was going to come and physically hurt me, my dog, and my GF at the time, destroy my property if I didn't talk to my mom. Then my mom resorted to emailing me daily, sometimes 4 to 5 times a day. This started to die down towards the end of the first year. I got a couple of random emails from both my mom and dad earlier this year. My mom had a freak out during this time period, and they were threatening to come over and make a scene in front of my house. So I called the cops, and the officer was actually pretty helpful, and even called my mom and told her she needs to stop or I'm getting a restraining order. After that, I haven't heard from them since, but I do catch them driving by my house almost weekly. They're well off and have a very distinct car that people don't drive in my neighborhood. I'm not really sure what to do about this email. Also adding, those text calls emails when they harassed me were basically telling me that I'm going to hell because I am a sinner. Oh, nice. Yeah, when you put your religion above your child, that's not toxic at all. That my depression meds were changing me into a completely different person and I'm not their kid anymore. I mean, if you're suffering from serious issues and you get the right meds, changing isn't necessarily a bad thing. I'm not sure if that's the argument here, but that also sounds pretty toxic, man. Stuff like that. My mom would switch tactics every day, love bombing me one day, manipulating me the next, yelling at me when I didn't work, etc. Jesus Christ. You know what the problem is? Whenever someone has crossed this line, when they're literally making physical threats and harassing you on a daily basis, the relationship will probably never go back to being the same because they have already shown the lines they are willing to cross and how little respect they have for you and your wishes. Or just a respect for your personal space, or the fact that you're another, functioning adult now. You're no longer a child. Not that would justify it, but it's a completely different relationship when you're two adults. And the fact that they're not owning up to this either, they're just trying to kind of sweep it under the rug and be like, can we send you a birthday gift and hopefully you'll forget about us treating you like absolute garbage? I don't know. I think they have some reflection to do on how they treat the people in their family, and don't feel bad if the relationship doesn't go back to normal. I would say that's a perfectly natural response to when someone completely freaks out like this. The way I see it, with some of my own experience in life, is that family is an amazing starting point, and it's amazing when it starts out. But on occasion, you will have bad apples in your own bloodline as well. And having the same blood with someone is not an excuse to leave, for example, an abusive person just going bananas in your life. It's not a guarantee to put up with anything. And anyone who views it that way just wants an excuse to be a toxic family member. Like, oh, I can treat you like garbage because you have to put up with me because I'm your blood. What kind of bullshit attitude is that? Family's supposed to be there for each other, no? So, if you move on from them, I would say that it's none of your fault. It's a perfectly reasonable conclusion. Mom.
What?
You said you will. I would appreciate a consideration for what I may be doing and planned a time to cook together and just expecting it.
What has gotten over you? Where are you? Screenshot. I need $2,000 from you every month starting now. You must pick and drop your brother. You must clean house every Saturday. You must inform me of your whereabouts at all times. More to come.
Oh. So basically it's a small argument about you said you will do this instead of asking when they have time to do something. Very minor argument. And instead you're dropping $2,000 rent. Do you realize how much money that is? For living in a room? Oh my god. The initial argument is silly, and I don't know the full context, but the reaction to it is the kind of reaction where it's like, do you really wanna not have contact with your kids in a couple of years? Because I think that's where this road is leading to. I texted my mother early morning because I'm having the worst pains about my stomach in my life. And this is what she says.
Do you have an alarm set? Planning on this helping and you coming? Even if coming late, you need to come.
I am hoping it works because this is a different kind of pain. I really had no issue with going. Even if I joined online, the fact that school is today isn't the issue.
Well, I can take iPad and join online, but better in person.
I know.
Pray over it and command it to go in name of Jesus. Could be a spiritual attack.
I don't think that's what it is. Sounds more like, either period cramps or an appendix thing, but Yikes. Also with this kind of line of logic, I don't know fam, aren't there more non-Christian people in the world than there are Christians? Wouldn't the majority of the world be under constant attack of spiritual tummy ache things? If that was the case, you know, the logic doesn't track very well for, you know, anything when you just zoom out a little bit. Sorry, can't talk right now.
Pick up. Need you.
Pooping.
You know, I never ignored my mother's call. So sick of the disrespect. It's constant. And you weren't pooping the other 10 times I called. And if you picked me up the first or second time I would not call back, tell your therapist that.
Oh my god, that's a little bit over controlling, isn't it? Fine. Hi mom. What's up? That's amazing. You should do that just as malicious compliance, and I don't think they will ever demand this again. That is a beautiful way of dealing with it. Also, if they're referring to this, you know, back in the day with their own mother, did they even have mobile phones? I'm assuming she didn't have, you know, a landline in her bathroom. I'm just gonna put that out there. That sounds like a BS excuse.
Is anyone a chiropractor or physical therapist in this group, or do you have experience taking your babies to them? I noticed an issue with my son's left shoulder this morning, and he's been struggling holding his head and body up in tummy time. It is actually really stressing me out. Does this look fixable? Also, my mom dropped him on his side a few weeks ago, and I'm afraid he dislocated his shoulder. Any advice is welcome.
Does this look fixable? You're talking about it like if it's a doll or something like that. And someone dropped him on his side and now you're worried it's dislocated and he's moving weird and potentially in pain. You know, there is a really, really good place for stuff like this. It starts with H and ends with hospital. Good hint. It works much better than Facebook groups, believe me.
All my siblings and myself had chickenpox and measles. My own children all had chickenpox, and I'm pretty sure my son had a mild case of measles. We're all unvaxxed.
Yeah, that explains the chickenpox and measles. Why did they think it was a bragging right? We all got potentially seriously sick. We're all unvaccinated. I don't think that's the smoke and gun for your argument that you think it is. Yeah, duh. On October 19th, Davidson County deputies responded to a home in Lexington on reports of a 9-year-old boy locked in a dog kennel. The boy was found and taken to the hospital. The child's father, stepmother, and the stepmother's aunt who owns the property were asked and charged with felony child abuse. Search warrants show that an anonymous person called 911 just before 7 a.m. on October 19th and told them about the boy. She said her husband had taken him food in the past. Wait, so this had been reoccurring for quite a while and you didn't call the cops instantly? Just like, oh yeah, there's a neighborhood boy locked in a cage. Maybe we should call someone. No, let's give him a little bit of food and see if it lasts. And after a week, yeah, it's been locked outside in the cage for a week. Now it's time to do something. What? The child was found in a t-shirt and jeans with no shoes after a night of below freezing temperatures. Deputies who saw frost on the ground when they arrived broke into the padlocked kennel to get the boy. That is, oh my god. According to the warrant, the child said he had been living outside since April. He also told the lieutenant he did not have a room in the house because he lived outside. Wait a second, from April. And this was October the 19th. So this had been going on for literal months. Like what, 5-6 months? Oh my god. 3 arrested after a 9-year-old was locked in freezing dog kennel. Jesus freaking Christ. The deputy saw a woman at the back door of the home holding a small child. She walked out of sight and turned the lights off, according to warrants. The deputies forced entry into the home where they detained Sarah, the boy's stepmother. She told deputies she did not know the combination to the lock to the kennels, and only her Aunt Shelley knew it. The woman was holding an 8-month-old baby, and a 4-year-old child was found under their bed. They were taken out of the home by EMS. They told deputies she knew the boy was being held in a dog kennel according to the warrant and allegedly told the detective that she and her husband were upset about it. They told him she had 2 other children, 7 and 8 years old, both of whom were at school. Oh, that sounds absolutely atrocious. Oh my god. I don't even know who's to blame the most for this. Like, everyone is an idiot. Everyone is an absolute freaking idiot. What the hell?
Back when my mother and I used to go running together. Oh, quirky times. I remember that well. So do I. My mother chased me too. There you go.
I remember the positive quirky times when children used to work in coal mines as well. Children nowadays are so spoiled with their TikToks and iPhones. It was so much better when they got coal lung by the age of 12. Yummy. I asked my mom if she wanted to invite anyone to my wedding next year.
It's your call who you're going to invite. I'm not going to invite any of my friends because no one knows you anymore. And truthfully, I won't even bother with the rest of our family. Just Grammy, Pop, and Uncle Blorp. Blorp? Just don't let stepmother's kids come. They're not family at all.
Wow.
You know darn well they're not family.
Says who? Gosh freaking darn it, it is some kind of like,
Oh my god, it's only our pure blood that can be at the wedding.
at least depending on which kind of wedding it is, it can be a pretty wide circle of, both friends and families and everything. And also, I don't think you decide if someone's stepmom on the other side of the family is considered family or not. It's not your choice, lady. God. My dad's GF found my dad's DV charges online for being violent with us kids, and then he freaks out on me about it. Hope you're okay.
I'm alright, just working a lot, I love you. Taking your BS good luck with your life.
I love you and I hope you get the help you need. Please do not contact me any further.
Absolutely do not worry about it, I'm not gonna worry. I'm in town, flying out Monday afternoon if you wanna grab something to eat or do something.
What kind of emotional roller coaster BS is this? Oh my god, run really fast. My mother decided to throw me out for finding out I'm non-binary. With no food, no clothes, nothing. I can stay with a friend for a couple of hours, but then I'm on the street. I've tried shelters, but haven't heard back. What do I do? What is your deal with me being myself? Why can't I just live there until I find a place? What the frick, Mom? I need to eat and need shelter. I can't live on the street right now.
You can come back again when you are my son again.
Oh my god. Holy crap. You're really gonna throw someone out? You're gonna burn every bridge? And here's the thing. It sets a horrible example for the future, even if this specific situation gets resolved, or whatever you want to call it, because as soon as they do something that the mother doesn't approve of, they risk getting thrown out on the street. This is such a massive manipulative control move, and it doesn't set any healthy boundaries for the future relationship. You're just gonna teach your kid to either move out as fast as they can and cut ties, or you're gonna teach them to be an amazing liar. It's one of the two. Probably also have a bunch of trust issues. So this is not particularly healthy. Don't go down this road. Holy crap. I don't get home from work until 7 to 8 p.m. depending on traffic. I used to shower in the morning before school, but that would wake up my dad too. So when the frick am I supposed to shower? Sorry, I can hear you out here. Can you quiet down? Dad gonna start pounding wall. We both need to shower before he go to bed. He says it keeps him up. We only have to be quiet after 8 p.m. He's a light sleeper. I was going to shower 7:30, but he said he was going to bed and got mad if I showered, so I didn't. So now me and you have gotta have our showers before 8 p.m. Okay, so no showers. If it's really this sensitive, if you're gonna share households with people, wear earplugs. Like, gosh freaking damn it, what? I fell asleep early and my mother resorted to this after an hour. Thankfully no cops or I would be in jail since I had a bit of weed on my coffee table.
Been calling. Are you okay? I'm sending cops for a check to make sure you're alright. Answer me.
Ah yes, the healthy family standard of like, you didn't reply to my text in an hour, I'ma call the police. I don't think anyone believes you're so genuinely concerned that someone doesn't text you back for an hour. I mean, for God's sake, they can be watching a movie and didn't hear their phone. Maybe they're just taking a nap, or they're in the shower, or whatever, or the phone just died. There are so many things that could happen that makes you not reply within an hour. Sending cops, I don't think is like the genuine sign of caring that you think it is. It's just a little bit controlling and aggressive. My mom told me in person before I left she would take my cat to a kill shelter if I didn't get him before next month. I am grabbing him very soon. And when I told her I'd come grab him, she has tried gatekeeping him from me. Oh, and I will be grabbing Smokey too now that me and Blorp are somewhat settled and we're both working good hours.
No, I will get you a new kitty though.
Bro, come on. I'm not leaving him behind. I want my cat. I am taking him regardless.
You can't take him away from his sister and brother. I'll get you a new cat.
We are getting him a buddy.
No!
I'm not gonna sit here and argue with anyone about a cat. I already have stuff for him. So she's trying to keep a cat that she threatened to kill because now she's changed her mind that no, you can't take the cat out because it's gonna miss its friends. Even though, you literally threatened with unnecessarily putting it out of life. Talking about the roller coasters, man. What? I was watching a podcast about the history of homosexuality that evening and told my mom about it. I was telling her about how everything's not fair and how I don't believe in Christianity. She seems kinda pissed but said nothing. Sometime later I received these messages without context.
Don't you dare put that traditional value of mother, father, child. In the past 20 years, the traditional family meant nothing to politics anymore. That is a serious problem. You are gay, I do not give two hoots. You do not want kids, fine. But it gives you no right to turn down your nose to traditional family.
What do you mean? It sounds like they're just making decisions for themselves. Nobody's trying to control anyone else from what they're doing. What?
Mothers have to work full-time, kids, housework, it's what it's expected of them. And they have to pay half the bills. That is disgusting. That means mothers break down and families are ripped apart. That is life in 2022. P.S. Break down. Soon you will be dancing around with your gay crowd and family be burnt on crosses.
I don't believe that's where it's heading. Oh no, my family got tortured in the glitter mines. They were worked to the bone. There's a very big difference between someone saying that, hey, this is who I am not gonna have a traditional family in my life, and being like, no one else can have a traditional family. Those are two very different things, and from the sounds of this, nobody has told anyone that no one else can have a traditional family. They're simply saying that, hey, this is who I am and how I want to live my life. And that is perfectly fine. That is something that everyone should be allowed to do no matter what the choice is. So,
Nyeh.
a little bit weirdly projecting, perhaps?
My son was in a serious car accident this afternoon, was thrown 25 feet from the car, and has a broken back. My question, since we aren't doctors, lol, if they happen to release him by tomorrow without surgery, is the morphine bomb you ladies speak of good for this? And also, since I'm lacting Kobabaya, does it take long to ship? Never ordered my oils before, just ran on the organic store. No, you're gonna try to treat a broken back with essential oils? No. But I know they don't have that one, and I've been wanting it to. And any advice on what blends to diffuse in this situation would be so helpful. I've put Veviter Lavender, Cleary Sage, and Neroli in a roller, and been putting it under his nose and only one temple, and I can't get behind ears right now with neck brace on. These were few I read on real fast for trauma, so I whipped it up and left. Again, thanks for help and sorry long story.
This gives me the same kind of vibes as just, oh, you broke a bone? Have you tried bath salts? Really? What I always find so fascinating about this kind of quack stuff is that if it actually worked and made a difference, it would be so ridiculously easy to make a very basic statistical study on it. Like, you would see the correlation with a relatively small sample size, or at least see the implications of a correlation, even though you might need to do a bigger study to prove it within confidence intervals and so on and so forth. But anyway, it would be so easy to prove that someone would have done it multiple times over by now. But I also think the fact is that the people who believe in this stuff don't know what I'm talking about in the least when I'm saying these things. So I think that is perhaps a correlation that does exist. I have a chronic pain that forces me to do online school. I've worked double shifts as my job for the past 3 days because one of the employees quit, and my pain has went to an all-time high. I'm getting 5 A's and 1 B+ in all my classes, and my mother acts like if I'm trying to attack her.
7 overdue lessons, nothing done today? Are you planning to let all your grades drop right before the end of semester? Please, I beg you, do not do this!
Yes, that is my big plan, Mom. Just to spite you, and I want to make you upset, I decided I want to drop all my grades.
Don't be sarcastic. Honey, I know you're doing a great job, but the longer these lessons sit here, the less your grades are gonna do.
Mom, I have it handled.
Make them disappear.
When you micromanage your child, isn't the priority going to be the child's physical wellness and stuff like that, so they have the ability to perform? Pushing them hard while they're going through, physical challenges and pain, and being on them about grades that they're probably very well aware of. I don't know, that's probably not the motivator they're looking for.
Tell me it's okay, my 8-year-old still can't read.
What?
I'm trying so hard in this unschooling lifestyle, but this is driving me bonkers. He honestly goes back and forth with wanting to read. He does reading eggs and they say his reading age is 4. It's kind of freaking me out. Any ideas for me?
Oh, you want your kids to read? I guess it's pretty normal. Gee, I wish there was, a public institution available where children practiced reading, amongst other things, on a daily basis. Oh, if only such a thing existed. Birth giver. This is such a beautiful name, almost as good as incubation unit.
I still need a phone number you were supposed to send me.
Sorry, I'll ask.
My promise to my children, I am not your friend. I am your mom. I will stalk you, flip out on you, lecture you, drive you insane, be your worst nightmare, and hunt you down like a bloodhound when I need to because I love you. And when you understand that, I will know you're a reasonable adult. You will never find someone who loves, praise, cares, and worries about you more than I do.
Well, that's, no, this is like, an obsessive stalker that builds a shrine to you. This is not a functional parent relationship. What are you talking about? This is just nuts. And sure, I think in any family situation, there are gonna be instances where the child and the parent don't see eye to eye. Obviously, that stuff is going to happen. But this is a little bit far-fetched. On occasion, you're gonna be like, oh, no ice cream before dinner, and the child's gonna be like, oh, my God, I hate you, you're so demanding. Sometimes it's silly examples where disagreement is bound to happen. But this just sounds like a weird excuse for being overly controlling and borderline harassy. It's, not a good trait, fam. Mom came over to spend time with my 8-month daughter. Says I'm trying to keep them apart because I had to put her down for a nap despite them playing and cuddling for an hour prior. I confessed I had just come to realize that I've been struggling with pure O since 5 years old. Without blaming her, she is spiraling.
I am convinced that y'all have a serious problem with that baby with interacting with me. Y'all push her away and everything.
Oh my god. Mom, I really just give up. You think whatever you want to, I do not care. I am exhausted by this.
Yeah, every time. She's on shade dirty, she's always dirty, she's not a piss and po doll. Put your baby away so you can do your boo. Everything she does is alone, like what the frick, weird selfish.
Sounds like a blast. Sounds like a good family Thanksgiving as well. Oh gee, the drama. Oh no, wait, it keeps going. No, wait. This is so long. What?
I know what the devil is at work. One of the signs is dividing. God warns his people of the enemy's ways. The enemy come to steal, kill, divide, destroy, control, and conquer. She got all the representation of death all around that house.
Because they put a baby down for a nap, the devil and death is stalking the corridors? Seems slightly excessive.
Only the truth can set you free. As long as you keep blaming others for whatever you have to do to allow those entities into your temple, then you will never be free. The truth is your weapon. You'll end up like Blorp, defeated.
Tell the truth. Aunt who unalived herself 5 years ago. Oh my god! That is so unsensitive and such a horrendous way to bring this up. And yet you're preaching like you are the morally superior individual. That absolutely blows my mind. The lack of self-awareness. Oh dear God.
Insurance on the 20th. Link to TikTok. Every time you come for your grandma's house, you act crazy or have mind issues. Since you just can't stay away from her, why don't you come over your third eye when visiting her? See if that helps.
Cover your third eye. Oh dear God.
Every time this time of year you have your mental attacks. You need to figure out what is around this time that triggers you. You can say it was Blorp's death because you have been acting like this since middle school.
Same aunt again. Just keep bringing it up. Why is this being used as like an argumentative weapon? That is so cruel.
And you need to stop with all the lying. All you're doing to bring demons into your temple. It doesn't make any sense to put others down, especially women. Go make yourself look good, just stop, or else you'll run yourself into the grave. Life isn't about competition. It's about unifying and helping one another. FYI, everyone knows you're lying. They just don't want you to say anything to you about it because they feel it will hurt your feelings and make it worse. In reality, they're making you worse by being quiet.
What kind of rant? I can't even follow this anymore. What sort of garbage rant is this? What?
You always have this strange obsession trying to make me out to be the bad person since you were like 5 years old, which you know is a lie. Everyone knows it's a lie. It's a spell on you once you accept the truth to live and speak the truth in the entirety. Only when that spell will be broken. Blorp is Blorp's child. She's not a good person.
Other aunt, the youngest, step-pawpaw, great cousins.
Look at these. Do you know what the sign of Blorp? Baron. Baron and Baron. Both of their husbands died in the same year. Grandma and Blorp and none of Grandma. Boys can keep a woman. None of us are married. There's still some depth.
This just keeps... this is so all over the place. What in the frick?
Do you think God is pleased with you lying on me like that? Exodus 2012 King James Version. Forgive yourself first, release the need to repay a negative situation over and over again in your mind.
No, not the inspirational Instagram quotes, please. No.
Why? Because God has already forgiven you. He knows your heart. And trust that whoever hurted you...
Hurted you? Hurt? Okay, God doesn't like grammar, apparently.
And trust that whoever hurted you, that God will get them. Put this in his hands. Vengeance is mine, says the Lord. Trust me when I say this. The devil fears God.
Here is a TikTok link, and here is a link to TikTok, a link to TikTok, a link to TikTok, a link to TikTok, a link to TikTok.
Are you feeling better today? Do you want to go bath and body works tomorrow? Babies needs love and most importantly, touching. There was a study that newborns weren't touched and newborns who weren't. Come find that the other ones that weren't touched died, and the ones who were touched and were shown affection survived and became happy children. I don't know what you're trying to do, but it's not right to have her eat alone, sleep alone, minimal contact. Just ain't right at all.
All of this because she was put down for a nap. I don't want to see what kind of spirals happens when it's like, you know, a real issue that pops up. Holy crap. Google page.
You can't spoil a baby. Contrary to popular belief, it's impossible for parents to hold or respond to baby too much. Oh, here, read this. I don't know where you get your information from, but this is it. It's impossible to spoil a newborn. You're going to buy this new age racing development. Ironically, our millennials were to start the school shootings and mass murdering in public events.
So you're bringing up like horrible events throughout the family and people have hurt themselves. You're bringing up horrible events in the news with people dying. You're bringing up like Satan, demons, and horrible things for your family, projecting issues, the devil itself, etc., because someone put their baby down for a nap. This tangent just goes on for days.
When I was coming up, the moms were still stay-at-home moms. However, in my generation, the men started to leave the family and wasn't taking care of the family at all, which distorted the family unit in your generation. Having the children mad at the single mothers instead of putting blame on the absent fathers when the mother had to do everything and be everything for that child.
And it's just... Oh, it keeps going even further. This blows my mind. This legitimately blows my mind. I've seen many insane things on this channel, but oh my god.
Which also got the mothers more so out of the house because they had to work more to provide for the children since the fathers weren't doing absolutely nothing for their child. This is why most bulk children in your generations are mad at their moms. All I did was work to provide for you. I saw my coworkers way more than I saw you. Grandma and them even saw you more than I saw because I had to let them babysit you. My one income couldn't afford decent healthcare for you. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. At your age, you shouldn't blame anyone. Okay, but no, it keeps going. Oh, man, is this the last message? Do you want me to put your baby on my insurance?
Oh my god, my voice is like exhausted after this. Emotional support demon, I need you more than I thought I actually did. It's gonna be fine. Well, laddies, lasses, and lassos, I do hope you enjoyed this very educational, beautiful video, and I do hope you feel amazing today. Remember the emotional support demon that will come out on the 9th of December. Absolutely beautiful little bean. Get it when it comes out, or it will haunt your dreams. In a wholesome way, of course, in a wholesome, supportive way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.